you doing? Good. I got a question before we start this thing off. Can you see my nipples?
Yes.
Do you want to see my nipples?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. No more about me. So the other day, I was having a really horrible day. I have a big family, and I was getting rejected by them on Tinder. And I mean, like, what is family for if not to accept you, right? Yeah. So I was in a foul mood, and I was like, oh, what am I gonna do? I guess I'll go to work, because I have to pay the bills. And I was headed to work, and I got on the subway. Little did I know, I was about to win crackhead subway roulette. This only happens once in a blue moon. You have to be in a very special time. It has to be late at night. You have to be unsuspecting. You have to feel vulnerable. And I was all these things. And I got on the subway, the L. Anyone here ride the L?
Yeah.
Yes, you do. So I got on the L, and I found a seat. I was feeling so strong. Like, I made it, I got a seat, I'm going to work, doing everything. And I felt like the guy next to me was staring at me, but I wasn't gonna make eye contact, because that's like rule number 1, you don't do that. You don't let them know they're a real person. You ignore them until they go away. But after about 2 stops, I'm like, this guy's not gonna stop staring at me. So I made a little peripheral, and I noticed that he is like locked on to the side of my face. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it. Don't do it, I'm gonna do it. And I turn, and he is this beautiful one-toothed man. He's got this beautiful black collar of soot around his neck. And upon further inspection, he's jerking off through his sweatpants. So I'm scared. I pop up. Oh shit. And I run down the car, because I'm like, what do I do again? And I Mission Impossible and go through the doors when the train is moving, and you're not supposed to do that. So it's a bad girl. And the next part looked pretty safe. I was like, all right, looked around, pretty good, all right. Found another seat, lucky number 2. And sit down, there's this old woman, she's smiling across from me, and I'm like, aw, that's so sweet. And she's just, kind of like in her old dizzy bat world. And I'm like, oh, I love old people. This is reassuring. And she reaches in her big old lady handbag and pulls out a cup, and I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. And she starts pouring this water all over the floor of the train, and she is laughing hysterically. She's like, and I'm just like, okay, it's making her happy. And she's old, so she's gonna die soon, let's give her something. And it takes me, I'm watching the train, the movement of the train, bring the liquid back and forth all around the train. It takes me a minute, I'm like, oh, that ain't water. Yeah, this woman had dumped her own pee all over the train. I was like, why? Why me? I'm a nice girl. I'm a bitch, but I'm feeling particularly kind to myself. I'm a nice girl. Why is this happening to me? So I like run out the subway. I'm in a really crap mood. Get to work. And of course, I'm working with that one unstoppably happy cunt. Everything is super great, and her boyfriend just booked them a ticket to Cabo, and they're gonna have such a great time, and oh my gosh, he just got a raise. And I'm like, oh, sweet Jesus. And we're sitting there, and I was like, I just think sometimes the city makes me feel depressed, and you're always so happy. And she looks at me, and like for a minute I see that like happy happy veneer drop. And she's like, well, if I didn't have my happiness, I wouldn't have anything. I was like, well, at least I'd still have my herpes. I don't know. All right, thank you so much for